Good morning, everyone. Today is the 10th of June, and Mark has agreed to continue reading in Poems for Edification, volumes 1 through 5. Now, if any of you would like to have a copy of this book, all you have to do is go to LarryWPhillips.com, go to the contact section, and email me and say, please send me your book. And I will send you a PDF copy of this book. I've given away many of these poem books, over the years. And I have some interesting stories about this poem book. I gave one to a gal in a Wendy's, and I went back several weeks later, and there was another gal in there, and I'd forgotten who I'd given the book to, and I said, have I given you one of these books? And she said, wow. She said, let me see that book that I gave it to her. And she said, this book was back in the back. Somebody put it back in the back, and I took it home, and my daughter wanted the book, and I told her she had to earn the book. And I said, well, now you got two books. So anyway, today Mark is going to read page 92 through 102 in this book. And this book, these poems, primarily, was about a 2-year period. I would wake up in the middle of the night. I was having a lot of problems with my osteoarthritis, and these poems would come into my head, and I'd write them down. Well, this is a culmination of all those poems. It's been a long time since I've written a poem. But it was amazing. During that 2-year period, God gave me all these different poems, you know. I hope God gave them to me. I hope it came. Doesn't everything come from God, really? Isn't He over all things? We don't believe there are any maverick molecules, do we? Read chapter 1. Page 92 through 102.
The haven of rest, God's works. God's works are marvelous and great to think upon. His mercy and His grace we can rely. Our eternal future is better than any past memory. The communion and fellowship with Him is a great by and by. Our fellowship is sweet now, even though clouded by a world of sin. Just think how much more precious it will be with Him then. Not having this battle between the spirit and the flesh and the devil. But the new Jerusalem, never again having to contend with evil, and this is all made certain by God's mighty work of redemption, granting us forgiveness and giving us admission into the greatest paradise we could ever imagine. He says He is preparing for us a place in heaven. His preparations are perfect and without any taint of sin. Taking on God's works from beginning to end is a marvelous exercise for those who are born again. Things we can't understand. There are many things we cannot understand. How God created a world in 6 days, holds the world in the palm of His hand, how our salvation was planned by Him before time began, how Satan and evil were all a part of this plan to reveal unto us His Son being born in a manger and dying on the cross to save our souls from danger of being cast in eternal fire and lost, reconciling us to God. His death, what tremendous cost. Yes, there are many things we cannot fully understand, but for God's people He has revealed His Son in them. Mysteries. Mysteries of the earth, the moon, and the sun. Mysteries of many things are invisible to see. Mysteries of eternity and the relationship between the Father and the Son. Mysteries of magnetism, light, electricity. Mysteries of the afterlife, eternity past. Mysteries of future, looking through a dark glass. Mysteries of heaven and what it will be like. Thank You for revealing to us the mystery of Your Son, Jesus Christ. Contemplation, the mind of man is really something if you think about it. With all its functions and the 5 senses, what a wonderful Creator to create the human brain. It causes great contemplation, and we can't refrain. For thinking about this divine creator in his majestic perfection, but contemplating on him and how he's given his people divine protection is an even greater thing to contemplate about. How he saved us from death and hell. Yes, he took us out of the horrible pit. Now we contemplate on him in the heavenly places sit. Proclamation, let the gospel be proclaimed far and wide. Jesus Christ came for sinners, he did die. His Father gave them to the Son. It's finished, he cried, the work it is done. Never again must a sacrifice be made. Christ was 3 days of the ground, but rose from that grave. Yes, he died, was buried, and rose for his people to save. They are no longer in the curse of sin, for the Holy Spirit has caused them to be born again. When we falter and succumb to sin, Christ our mediator forgives us again. Thanks for saving us by your grace. Evil days. We are living in very evil days, and we were told it was going to happen too. He told us in the 24th chapter of Matthew, vulgar movies, pornography, and YouTube, put no evil thing before our eyes that causes us to sin. Let's start acting like we truly been born again. Lord, give me a hatred for all of this sin. Lord, cause me to turn my eyes and look on me, the one who bled and died and paid the price for me.
All right, thank you, Mark. We'll continue this probably Monday. Hope you all have a blessed day. God bless.
Yes.